What's up? This is Rebel Radio.
What up? What up? This is DJ Newmark.
This is Peanut Butter Wolf.
It's your boy. It's okay.
Keep checking out Rebel Radio.
Rebel Radio.
This is Rebel Radio.
We're in the place right here. Rebel Radio is going down.
Would you say Rebel Radio?
Oh, wait. Let's do it again.
Rebel Radio.
What's up, y'all? We're back on Rebel Radio. Today's guest is my man AMG. I've been friends with for 20 years. You know him best as the rapper behind Bitch Better Have My Money. And he comes in and tells us about how much the rap game has changed since he was making hits. He didn't even have a video for that track, and it spent, I think, half a year on the Billboard charts. Pretty amazing stuff. And he also talks about how easy it was to lose focus and lose his passion for what he was doing and how hard it is to get it back. Listen in and send us some thoughts. You know him from Bitch Better Have My Money.
Oh, yeah.
1992.
91.
91. And many other things that we're going to talk about along the way. We met 93. Damn, you remember that?
Yeah.
So I was managing this group
Do
called...
you want to get funky with Skin Deep?
Dude, how do you remember that?
I remember everything.
That's amazing. So I was managing this girl group, Skin Deep.
Yep.
And I think they were like the Spice Girls, but too early and maybe not as good. I don't know, maybe you see it a different way.
No, they was okay. They
Yeah.
was okay. Who was the lead singer?
But you went to school with Jewel, right?
I went to, yeah.
So one of the girls...
I know.
So we had a demo deal with Columbia. Randy Jackson gave me my first record deal. And that didn't go anywhere. But then...
Demo deals, huh? Remember them?
Remember that?
They still do
$5,000.
Yeah, make a couple songs and come back.
He gave he just wanted, he liked one of the girls.
That's a reason to give up money.
Yeah, I mean, $5,000, right?
I do.
How bad can it be?
Yeah.
So he gave us $5,000. He said, let's see what you can do. So we went and we got, and we made a demo. We made like 4 songs.
Who did the song? Bosco?
Bosco did one.
Who did Do You Want to Get Funky? I still got the cassette.
That was Bosco.
I still have the
You
cassette.
do? I was trying to find it.
Josh, I keep everything.
It might be in storage, except our storage burned up last year, so we might not have it anymore. I have the DAT somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But so Bosco did one, and then Red Foo.
I remember him.
Kendall Gordy. Right at the time he was Kendall Gordy. Now he's Red Foo from LMFAO. So he did 2 tracks. And then I forget somebody else did a third.
Didn't you come by to get us to do something? That's why you brought him by.
And then Jules says, yo, I know AMG. So this is 93.
Yeah.
You're huge then.
It was like springtime.
Yeah.
I remember. Josh came in, he was cocky. I was messing with him and shit.
So I said, I'm looking for, I don't think I knew what you looked like. Because, I mean, I knew the record.
Right.
But, I don't know. But I went down there. It was Total Track, right?
Mm-mm. You came to Greedy's.
To Greedy
Remember,
Greg's.
we had the studio upstairs in the room.
That's right. So
we had a big ass board.
Where was that? It was by Lamert Park.
No, it's 76.
Oh, okay.
76, yeah.
So I come down there. I'm looking for AMG. I'm what? It's 93. I'm 21. And he's like, "Who are you?"
I said, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm Josh Levine." All right.
And then what stood out to me, like you were real cool to me.
Yeah, man.
As far as I knew, you were a big star, and I was nobody, some dude with some girls.
It's all right.
And you treated me real cool, and we just became
Now
friends.
you're the star.
Now I'm the star. I don't know about that.
I was at this guy's wedding. Remember the wedding?
Yeah. Of course I remember my wedding.
I don't know. Some people forget. What's the date?
October 18th.
You sure?
2003.
Yeah, that was a good time. Where is it, Palm Springs?
Yeah. That was fun. So take us back to that time, though, 91.
Oh, God. Like, what do you want to know?
I want to know.
It's all a jumbled mass of mess and information, so.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You got to pick a question.
Well, first of all, I want to talk about Bitch Better Have My Money.
Right.
Play that Al Wilson.
Oh, God. They all found out now.
Well, now you can find everything online.
Yeah. What's that app?
Oh,
Shazam?
yeah, Shazam.
Yeah.
No, but I found this on Who Sampled. I didn't know.
Whosampled.com?
Yeah, it tell you every sample.
What a dick. That's the only thing wrong with the information age. You
can
don't have
find
to
out
know
everything.
everything, motherfuckers. You hear me? You don't have to know everything.
No, but we can find
None
out
of your
everything now
fucking
in a minute.
business. Is that for what? Don't matter.
So, all right, cut that off
Mm-hmm.
before we get sued.
It was like, listen to me. Yeah.
Right?
That's the flip side of show and tell.
Was it?
Yeah. The
No
flip
shit.
side is show and tell. The
Okay.
hit.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So wait. First of all, how'd you get started rapping?
Oh, God. When I first heard it, I was like, this is incredible.
When you
You
first
know.
heard hip hop,
Yeah, like
what was the first record?
Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
And probably something earlier that I can't remember because I was in Ohio when all that came to be. You know, Curtis Blow. It was really probably Curtis Blow first. You know, Christmas rapping and all that stuff. And, you know, I became a hip-hop head like at 11 years old, like 81. And all I wanted was the radio, to tape the mix shows and just to keep listening to all these records. It was, you know, a dynamic period just to hear somebody that was probably closer to your age and singers and all smooth and polished.
Yeah.
Just dudes talking stuff and,
Yeah.
you know, and that hit everybody that was into it because we was break dancers and, you know, popping and, you know, we was caring about our clothes and our Kangos. And,
In Cleveland?
you know, yeah, it was just our B-boy style because we was closer to New York.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of the mix shows that we could get those on the radio. So, and back then DJs was hot. So everybody played all the hot stuff and it just kind of grew from there because, you know, being an artist, that's not what we was doing. We was battling at school and just, you know, fuck your homework, write these raps and shit, you know.
For sure.
So,
Was there a record? Was there a
that
moment?
stood out?
Was there a moment when you were like, I'm going to do this as a career?
That would be later on after we moved to California. We moved to California in '85, and out here, you know,
That was Inglewood.
yeah, coming from someplace like Ohio to where you know, you go to high school, you finish, you go to college, you get married, blah 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 blah. You know, get a job, blah blah blah. But coming out here, you know, just seeing all the energy in this city, you know, from people being performers and entertainers and all that stuff, and meeting people, it's like, yeah, I sung background on this song. You were like, wow, like I know that song, and that was you, you know.
Right.
So you like, you kind of, you know, way closer to it. So I think from meeting Greg Modo and my boy Fonzo, they took me to Greg's house. It's like, yeah, he could rap. This is like late '86, early '87, I think. And you know, he let me record a demo, and he didn't care. He's like, make a beat. He made a beat, and he's on the phone. Oh God, yogurt for breakfast. Fucking made a beat. He recorded me on the 4-track.
Yeah.
And he didn't care. He was, you know, he was mixing my shit all fucked up and shit. I'm like, dude, care about my shit. You know? Yeah, man, whatever, man. Yeah, you know. So I just took it to school, let my friends hear it, and you know, we would do that. And I had a group. I was in a group, Chillin' Villains.
Chillin' Villains.
Yeah, these guys, they kicked me out the group actually, because I was like, look, man, we need to make, because we would go save up our money and press up a 12-inch.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's do a song where we can like get some girls or get some money. Like they wanted to battle rap on wax, and I didn't want to do it, so they ousted me from the group. So then I really went full-fledged into just trying to work on me, and I was Spin. That was my rap name back then, Spin.
Spin.
I would reverse the words back and forth and all that, you know, old school flow.
Sure.
From that point, really, and just going with Greg and just working with him and learning really how to record yourself, because, you know, it wasn't a bunch of producers, you know. It was like get on this 8-track and, you know, come up with your shit. And that's where it came from, sampling records and just trying to find, you know, you working with SB1200, that's 10-second sampling time.
Right.
So I got 2.5 seconds for a sample, you know, another, you know, all the rest of the seconds for some drums, and you can put some added shit in there. The records were sparse, you know what I mean? So that's what hip hop was, though. You know, looking for the perfect beat, which it still is to me, you know.
So, and then to get to then making the first album, how, like, was that, like, was Bitch Better Have My Money, was that on the demo?
Yeah, but I made tons of songs before that.
Right.
That was building up to it. I had a friend, pimp friend of mine, named Hollywood Day Say, and he would take me out and shit. And I was a square, you know, I was still hip hop and had a high top fade. He'd be like, high top, come roll with me. So he'd roll me all around Sunset and shit and showing how you do the girls and stuff. So I was like, yeah, pimp concept, you know. So I knew that sample from Big Daddy Kane, Pimpin' Ain't Easy, you know, and Live, the Bitch Bear My Money. And that record came out like in 88, 89. It was like 91. I was like, about 90. I was like, nobody's going to use this shit. It's clean, clear. Like, it's a great concept, right?
Play that song real quick.
Which one?
The Big Daddy Kane.
Oh,
it's on the Spotify.
Anything goes when it comes to hoes because pimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
Pimping ain't, you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Clearing up my throat so I can start my smooth talk. Sex in my mind, I was sure of it.
I wanted to tap that ass like the government.
Anything goes when it comes to hoes because pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Anything goes when it comes to hoes because pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Well, it's Friday night. Ain't a damn thing funny. Bitch better have my money. Yo, what happened to my part, man? Fuck is up the Cliff Love.
All right.
Yo, what's up the lazy part?
What is this? This is the deconstruction, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I knew that sample was the
Sure.
shit. I was like, that's the shit. And
Yeah.
you know, that was the whole NWA Easy period. So I wanted something that sounded gangster, but I wasn't no gangster. You know what I mean? So I used to call myself the Teenage Pimp. So that was classic. And I found that sample. It was like, it sounded rugged. You know, I was a PE fan, you know, 100%. So anything Bomb Squad sounding, just constant, you know, that, you know,
Yeah.
just rugged with the beat that you could dance to. That's why it was different. And that's why it kind of worked, you know, because back then you wasn't all over the radio with crazy shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, you only heard my record in the club. So by the time you feeling good and they throw that record on, you going to lose your mind. And that's how it grew. You know, you talking about 50 weeks on the rap charts.
Yeah, you couldn't
With
get
no,
radio play
with
back
no
then
video,
with
no
that song.
radio. So we stayed on Billboard for 50 fucking weeks with a
Wow.
song with no video, no radio.
Yeah.
I was a heat seeker and everything. That's right when they started heat seekers. And
Yeah.
shit. Do billboards matter anymore?
Billboard magazine?
Charts.
Charts. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was all like fucking
Little
Instagram
bit.
charts.
Yeah, but they take that
YouTube and
They
shit?
take that now into consideration, right?
Yeah?
It's not just radio.
yeah.
They get the web data.
Top motherfucker on YouTube.
Yeah. All that shit. So it just blew up.
It took about,
Did you know it was a hit when you made it?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, surfing. We could wait for the wave.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time it was like, I think you're talking about 91.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the summer prior, the summer of 90, we all got together, me, Second and None, Quik, High C, everybody. We made a mixtape.
How'd
So
you
we-
meet all of them?
We Courtney and Tracy were recording a girl, Claudia, singer girl. You remember Bobby Brown, My Prerogative video?
Uh-huh.
She the girl with the high top fade, light skinned chick. She was making a demo, and Quik was producing her demo.
Uh-huh.
And they knew Greg was always looking for rappers and shit, you know, because we've been trying to do a bunch of stuff and, you know, getting rejected at companies and shit like that. And they told Greg that, you know, you should meet this guy because he's real good, but he's in this group, but he wanted to leave, you know. He was trying to get out of Penthouse Players or whatever because he had good solo stuff that was different than what they were doing. And finally, Greg got in contact with him, and we heard about 4 songs. We heard like Black Pussy and about 3-4 other songs, and we were just like, this dude is crazy. You know what I mean? Like crazy.
Yeah.
Then we met, and we hung out and stuff, and you know, we just started kind of like working together. We was in awe of this dude because he worked really fast and really good, hence the name Quik. And started making demos. He brought over Second and None. Then High C came, and we was all like the same age doing the same shit, and everybody jailed. You know, we was just like, let's be the craziest motherfuckers out there. Like next to NWA, like we not doing no gangster shit, but it's more like party music, fun shit. So yeah, that's how that worked. And when we did our mixtape, everybody put 2 of their original songs on there. Then we did like group cuts and all that shit and split them up between the albums. So that caught fire, which caught wind to Profile, Select, and all that type of stuff. And the funniest shit in the world is that Profile wanted me and Select wanted Quik, but Profile outbid Select, and he had more songs. I didn't have an album done. So by January '91, Born and Raised in Compton dropped, and the album dropped. And I knew that I wanted to have a record out that year, album or single. So we got our deal with Select just to do a single, just to see how it rolled. So There you go. And 3 months later, that Quickest name's fucking gold.
Yeah. And then the rest of the record, you know, you mentioned the SP1200, right? But that's not a sparse record.
What you mean?
The album, like
Right.
your first album.
What you talking about? It was
Like sonically, it was deep.
Yeah, we was crazy with it.
Yeah.
But you know, it was sample based, and we threw shit on top of it and made sure it bumped. You know, you had to bump. You know, just like now.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. That's hip hop. You're supposed to be big and loud. The bigger, the better.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean that came across, and you know, obviously that song blew up and became what you're known for.
That song broke in Pennsylvania.
Is that right?
Not even here.
How'd that happen?
Dudes just took off on it, and it spread like wildfire because nobody ever heard some crazy shit like that. And that's what, you know, I think like right now with so many people, it's like, how are you ever gonna be heard again as an artist? You know what I mean? Without big dough. You know, it was killing the little man. You know.
Yeah, but I think that's still happening to some extent, right? Like but it's happening on YouTube.
Yeah, different formats.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, people are
But it's
breaking
crazy.
through, but it's
crazy,
different.
though. Yeah, it's crazy. To take it from where it really should exist is the streets and the clubs, and just putting it on the screen for people to like. Yeah, that's just different to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm old. This record you talking about, this will be 25 years next year.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. So what happens, you know, lyrically? I mean, we were talking about this, that, you know, it's party music, it's sex.
Right.
Sex rap, right? And I think
you get labeled soft.
You get labeled soft, or you get, you know, I think in
How can it be soft though? That's crazy.
Well, I wouldn't say it that way. I think, you know, in today's like more PC world, you know, it's like, you know, you get labeled like misogynist, right? But I think, you know, the context of like that's what was going on in hip hop at the time, right?
Well, yeah, but you had the hardcore, you had the fun party kid and play dudes. Then you had crazy shit. You had Luke and all that type of stuff. You had all that variety.
Right.
So you had to create your own lane. I knew I rapped better. You know, Luke not really a rapper. You know, Too Short, all this stuff's really slow. So I was like, lyrically, I could, you know, do better with faster tracks. You know, because I came from a dancing world, hip hop and all that type of shit. So I knew I wanted my stuff to be danceable. And, you know, those are the best beats to me. You know, you can't beat that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So did you find yourself, so you're like, the record blows up.
Right.
Are you famous? Like you walk down the street?
No, because there wasn't a picture on it.
Okay.
On the 12-inch? You talking about the 12-inch?
Yeah, or just like...
I didn't put my face on the album. Put it on the backside, but
Yep.
I saw what Quik went through. Putting your face on the record, I was like, oh, I don't want nobody just walking up on me. You know, just anybody stranger. We weren't ready for that type of shit. Not me.
Right.
But conceptually, the whole the whole idea of everything was mine from start to finish. Each record, cover, blah, 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 how they market it. You know what I mean? So, you know, you could be famous some kind of way. I was famous, but just like people knew my name.
Right.
You know, but seeing my face, you got to see me in the show.
But you're out in the club.
You wasn't on YouTube.
You meet girls. They know who you are.
Oh, yeah, all day. Remember we used to wear hats with our names on them back in the day? Like, that is me. I go to the club. People have me VIP'd up and shit.
Right.
So I go there and be like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, you're already here. We already gave you. It's like, no, you gave my table to the wrong people. Get them out my booth.
Yeah, because you didn't know what people looked like.
Drinking my shit. Yeah, it wasn't no, you know, facial recognition because I wasn't on TV till the first video.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was what?
Jigaboo Pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how did girls react to
Oh,
the...
come on, man. I was like 21.
Yeah.
I was like 20. I just turned 21 by the time the record was released. Oh, come on, man.
Nobody was mad at you.
Oh, come on. How could they be? It was crazy. I'd go over a girl's house and I'd be on TV. They'd be watching videos and they'd be looking at me and looking at the screen and looking at me. It's like, hey, I'm picking your daughter up.
Right.
You guys have fun. Oh, we will. We're going to have a ball. Yeah. You know you're a player, man. Can we tell people that you're a player? Retired.
We could
Yeah, retired. He hung it up a long time ago.
That's a better term, retired.
Retired.
For sure. I like to say old, but retired sounds more
retired,
dignified.
you know, on hiatus.
That's right.
I'm
I'm
the
done.
girl will kill you.
Good.
Yeah.
But it's funny that, right, you talk about that partying and sex and all that, right? Like, I think, whereas you look at gangster rap,
Right.
there's this expectation, I know I'm guilty of it, that the dudes rapping about it really live that life. And I think, we learned over time.
The gangster guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you learn that that's not always true.
Yeah. But it was believable. But it's entertainment,
Right.
It's entertainment. The funny thing is when I go out of town, these promoters and shit, they be having girls and shit. I be like, nah, man, I don't. Oh, man, you don't want to get down? Like, nah, man, it's a fucking song. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like these type of chicks anyway.
Right.
Picky and all kind of shit. So
Yeah, it definitely sort of selects out.
Yeah, you
certain...
be down south and shit. Like, no offense, but yeah, they'd be throwing some little stragglers,
Right.
Man, we got some girls. Did you see Top 5 with Chris Rock?
No.
Watch that movie. Watch Cedric the Entertainer part. That shit's hilarious. Promoter take you to the skanky spots and all that. That they were showing appreciation.
Sure.
But what can you do? I'm from LA. I drink from the finest grapes.
Right, but so yeah, there's that expectation, like I said, with gangster rappers that you're really living that life.
Yeah, Quik and them got a lot of flack for it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't known, but known enough about, where he was from.
For sure.
So we'd be like in.
Play that YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. The other one. Yeah.
What is that?
Don't read it.
I can't see.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's the Feel of Fresh crew. Is
Yeah.
that DLC?
You're not supposed to let him see the thing. I should have told you.
I remember these records. I got these
You
records.
know this record?
Yeah. I just read a great DLC article too.
That's what made me think of this.
Yeah.
I read that article.
Yeah.
So listen to this.
I posted it. You read my shit, man?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I saw.
Motherfucker, you go quiz me
That
on
ruins
this
the
shit.
surprise. But listen to this track. Hold on.
Ringing, birds are singing, but I'm cringing, praying that I'm dreaming. No more that it rains, no more my anger grows.
They was from Dallas.
Yeah, that's when he was still in Dallas.
Same old boys, Tom Joyner in the morning, Kasana with the football noise, but then I'm bugging. I call him a jerk, flip him off, but I'm not dissing him.
DLC's still the greatest.
Man, I hate to go to work.
It's like
That's the trip, right?
a Fresh Prince record.
Yeah, it's like Fresh Prince.
These were kind of records. Everybody did that thing.
Yeah, turn that on.
Here go the funniest shit. A bit of history about me sitting in this building. Right around the corner was the first studio I ever worked at called Wide Tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Wayne Henderson from the Crusaders, rest in peace. He gave me a shot. I called him for like 6 months. I went to school with his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, my uncle's looking for rappers and shit. I was like, where's he at? He's like in Hollywood. I said, you got a real studio? He's like, yeah. I called him every day from November to May. He picked up the phone one day and said, all right, man, you've been calling me for months. I guess you want to get in here. He gave me 2 days. And I started making records kind of like that. Because that was that era. Because, we was like, me and Modo, my DJ, we were spinning TK. So we would do like dirtier versions of like Fresh Prince records and shit. Like, just trying to find some kind of way. Because nobody was going to curb my foulness. I got a wild imagination. You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
Why not? You're at that age to where you're trying to experiment and do things. And I was always writing from that angle because I think this shit's hilarious to me. Like I'm not really to be taken seriously. Not as a rapper because I'm a great rapper, but my content, like I talk a lot of shit because I'm supposed to. And this is my freedom as an artist to talk the shit I want to talk, If you want to charge me on it, remember it's for sale. It's a record.
For sure.
It's a song, Michael Jackson, motherfucker.
Well, that's why I play that record, right? Because, so DOC in the article that apparently I got from you, he talks about he was making this music, then he moved to LA.
Yeah. Different vibe.
Connected up with
different
Dre,
energy.
and he wrote most of the NWA stuff.
Easy,
right?
too. Yeah. Cube and him wrote...
Right, they wrote Dre's parts,
Yeah.
they wrote Easy's parts,
Yeah.
and, he wrote part of the Chronic,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And so, but we have this expectation as fans
That what?
that like if it's coming out of your mouth, then it's true.
Well,
Then
I
it's
used to
your
believe the
reality.
Hulk was real in the
Yeah.
3rd grade, but it's just a song, When you take Black Bravado and, you know about, it's not like something you don't know. Like fuck the Hulk because we don't know about biology and science,
Mm-hmm.
but we know about the streets and we heard about people gangbanging and all that type of stuff. So you think that guy, because he looks the part.
Sure.
You know, he got the
Of
right
course.
clothes on and stuff. So, but it's just, you know, so I guess there's some dudes out there to be out doing all that crazy shit. But
Well, but I think like those guys, I mean, they had to sort of perpetuate that myth, right?
yeah,
They weren't, you know, I like Cube was like not. It took him years to come out and say, like,
that I'm not.
yeah. It's not that he said that he was doing that,
Right.
But it was like, let's just let that mystery kind of
Because
ride.
he's an entertainer.
Of course,
That's it.
absolutely. But I just find it interesting that it's a, you know, there's definitely this sort of double standard that we expect that specifically from gangster rappers.
I'm not a gangster rapper.
I'm not saying you are.
No, but I never was because that just ain't me. You know, none of my records, you know, imply that because that ain't really where I want to go as a person. And like I tell people, it's like they talk about certain things. It's like, man, I don't know nothing about it. Like I'm not gonna lie and be like, yeah. I've done, you know, we all know certain things, but it's like I don't go deep with it like that because that just ain't me. That ain't my style. You know, it ain't like I don't care, but it's like, well, how much am I supposed to care about something I don't really know nothing about?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so that blows up. You go to make the second album.
Oh shit! Did you come and visit me?
No, I hooked you up with Terry Heller to shoot the video.
Yeah. Where is he at?
He's
know.
he's
He's
at
playing
his
check-in.
restaurant.
I know.
Exactly.
You motherfuckers,
So
you motherfuckers eating without me.
So he shot that video for Around the World
Yeah.
at a fly house in Malibu.
Yep.
But that album, you know, sonically was really different.
He being technical. I didn't even want to make a record. That album was
Okay.
first of all, that album was supposed to be started in '94. So from '91 to '94, you know, I toured. I was going out fucking 2 years, just still on the old shit. And they're like, we kind of need a new record. And I was like, all right, but I had all kind of shit going on. I moved, you know, life was different, doing this girlfriend shit and just, you know, just having your way in certain ways to where I wouldn't really think about records. So I spent 6 months in the studio, holed up, making the same songs over and over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he was like, I like the one with the this and this and that, but it's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? I was like, I was being lazy as a motherfucker. Really, that's what I was doing. I was like, what time are the bitches getting here?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, what time? You ready to start recording? Like, man, we got girls coming in,
Yeah.
drinking food and
For sure.
high all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. And it sounded like it because it didn't sound great. It sounded like a good piece of, people like it, but it's like, it ain't really had no bite to it. Because by that time, Biggie came out,
Right.
you know, Bad Boy was winning, so your shit had to come hard. And the fucking thing about that album, man, I had a conversation with a girl that I don't remember, and she was like, why don't you do something for L.A.? Like, you know, your stuff sound kind of East Coasty, hip-hoppy and shit. Why don't you do something like L.A.? And I thought about that and did it. And I don't remember who told me that, but fuck you. Because I should have kept doing, you know, my second album was going to be called Son of a Bitch. And I had some crazy
That's
shit
the
on there.
title.
Like, I was going to go everywhere with it. And then I was thinking, like, what would my mom say? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, start thinking that people, you know, after you become popular, people always got something to say to you, have an opinion about what you do. And,
Right.
you know, you should do this or you should do that. But before, nobody gave a fuck. You know what I mean? So, and I kind of bought into that because I was fucking 23 years old. I'm at banks and shit and, you know, eating brunch with rich motherfuckers. Like, you know, it was different.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't in the hood struggling because I used to do beats for McDonald's in a 40. You know what I mean? Like, the nigga bring 2 40s and 2 McValue packs. It's like, how many beats you want, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? That's how my shit was, you know?
Yeah. No, I think that's really common, you know, that,
We live here, though.
well, but then when you're starting out, right, it all happens very naturally. There's no plan,
Nope.
right? It just sort of happens.
And people accuse you of, like, knowing what you're getting into. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Sure.
I don't know what it feel like to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how would you know what happens after you win the Super Bowl?
Right.
You know,
But then that's what happens, right? The second album.
Yeah.
Now,
sophomore jinx.
sure.
I knew I waited too long
Yep.
because I was unaware of the timeline that you have to be relevant. You know, it seems weird because, you know, you go out and stand in front of crowds, but yeah, I'm singing 2-3-year-old songs and they still liking it. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of gravy.
Right.
And during that time, we was doing a whole lot of contract renegotiations and all kind of shit like that shouldn't have been the focal point.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I always figured out by time, you know, I'm doing records with Domino and doing records with other people. We had Boss Out and shit like that. So I figured we was straight, you know. But that sophomore jinx, man, it was like, I didn't really give a fuck anyway. You know what I mean? Because I like kind of wanted to quit after the first one. Like, I get it. This is some bullshit. I don't like this industry. I don't like these contracts. I don't like most of these people around me. So I didn't care.
Yeah.
And it probably sounded like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, no. I mean, how can it not, right?
It didn't sound like I'm trying to knock the ball out the park.
So then what? So that album didn't really connect. It didn't connect with you, it sounds like. And, you know.
I didn't give a shit.
Right.
So by 95, 96, I came back to LA. I was out in Georgia. And I came back in 97 and started working with Quik on Rhythmalism.
Mm-hmm.
And that was okay. So from there, featuring a bunch of songs, you know, trying to go back. And I was trying to get out my deal.
Right.
Because they weren't really, I don't know, man. Certain companies you go into, it feels got a good vibe and shit. My company just felt like you was in a library or a dentist's office. Like you didn't know what kind of office you were in. Like, is this a record company? Like, where's the energy? And, you know, I used to sit in marketing meetings and shit, and I thought everybody was crazy.
Right.
Because they would do this thing where everybody got to throw out ideas and shit. And I'd be like, really? This is what you motherfuckers think about in this room with the door closed? Like, no, that ain't how you do it. And they wouldn't come out here to see how we did it out here. You know, I had a New York company, so, you know, that's when a lot of people was getting satellite offices out here, Def Jam, everybody, you know, they wanted to come out here and get a piece of this pie.
Yeah.
And we tried to tell them, like, you got to come out here and fuck with us so you understand what we doing record-wise, you know.
Sure.
That didn't happen. So, you know.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because, you know, it's definitely different out here.
Out here, yeah.
Right, and I remember, you know, working with Dub C, we'd be in the studio and they were always talking about, like, they made records for their homies, for their neighborhood.
Right.
And, you know, they had a certain way of doing things, but it was all about, you know, is this going to get played on our block?
Right.
And that's all they ever cared about.
Preserving it, yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, there's good and bad to that, too, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's probably a reason why his stuff only went so big.
Right.
Because it was so focused on that one thing.
But you got to remember, he you know, he came from a long line of old school LA rappers, so he knew that he was on K-Day all day. I grew up hearing, you know, him and all the records, like, because basically here, all you wanted to do was be on K-Day. We ain't give a fuck. This is LA. This is a big market. You can go gold here.
But that's the challenge, right? Is that you know, like you said, you have labels in New York, or they're thinking
They didn't look at this out here as a real market,
right?
Because you know, New Yorkers got a New York type of mentality to where they come here and run through the town and you know, get all the fans and take all our bitches and then go home.
Sure.
And they had a nice LA vacation. But when, you know, people out here started selling records and being more important in the hip hop game, you know, and having a style which basically other people wanted to emulate. That's where the whole gangster shit came from. You know, everybody think they tough every once in a while.
Yeah, especially when you're at that age.
Yeah, you know, remember New York dudes didn't even really cuss on songs. So when we got out here talking all this shit, you know, props to Easy and them crazy motherfuckers, you know, Dre and them making them crazy ass records that people was like, yeah, I live more like this. You know what I mean? So, you know, it give you the good pump up. Yeah.
You worked with Easy.
Huh?
You worked with Easy.
Yeah.
Trust No Bitch?
Easy, yeah. We was doing that for a Penthouse record. Because after Quik came out, Penthouse got a deal with Ruthless.
That's right.
Yeah, we did Trust No Bitch. I'm on the NWA Legacy Volume 1, I guess. I'm on one of them.
That's funny.
How was he?
How was he to work with?
Easy cool, man. He don't give a fuck. He's doing it. He kicked us all out the studio, though. We was like, we can't hear your shit. He don't like, you know, he don't like recording in front of people. Yeah. Come on, man. Just go on, man. Come on. I was like, why? You sat in my session. We go sit in your session, see how you do your shit. And then Quik was like, man, come on, man. He ain't gonna do it if everybody hears. Like, all right, fuck it.
I interviewed Easy back when I was a journalist. And yeah, this was before that. This was probably when I was still in college. No, at the school paper, UCLA, Daily Bruin.
No shit.
That's how I got started.
Easy?
Yeah, I interviewed, you know, 100 people. my first day as a journalist, I interviewed Short and KRS-One.
That's
It was
dope.
like best day of my life.
Yeah, of course.
19 years old.
Yeah, has to be.
Meeting these guys. I spent the whole afternoon with Short in his house. That was one of the best days I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But so I interviewed Easy, and we're in his office in
Canoga Park.
Woodland Hills. Yeah. And you know, he's sitting behind that big desk, and he just pulls out his pistol. And he's like, "What you want to talk about?" And
The consummate professional.
man, I just thought like this dude. You know, I knew what he was doing, and he knew what he was doing. It was just great. You know, like I said, every movement was thought out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cold blueprint.
Cool. Yeah,
Still used today.
for sure.
Yep.
We'll talk about Quik. I know
What
you
you
guys.
want to know?
Well,
Thank you, baby.
I know. So then you got into the Fixers.
That's later.
Yeah.
That was 06.
Okay. You guys had a hit,
Yeah.
and then you fell out.
I didn't fall out with nobody.
Okay. Online they say you fell out.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. But I remember it just as your friend that it seemed like you and Quik were always kind of off and on.
That's not really me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That dude, man, he's a special dude, man. You know, talented people, how they are sometimes, man. You know, my thing is I like making records a lot, but I'm more like you. You're a marketer. You know what I'm saying? Business person to where, you know, I like to make it really work for the long term. Like with the Fixer shit, you know, that record, by the grace of God, because I did the track and stuff, and Quik was like, he was doing his thing. I'm like, let's try something different. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's not saying you off, but let's try something just different. You know what I mean? Let's do something different. And he'd be working on a bunch of tracks and stuff, and then he'd take a break, and I'd be like, all right, check this out again. And like play it, like rock with it, man. Come on. One time I had some chicks come through, and they was like, oh, who is that? I was like, you know, we about to do this and shit, right? So I said, dude, just record it. I'll start it off. I got a hook, and it's 2 verses out, in and out. You know, we need something that's gonna get these kids excited. And essentially, you know, before the Fixer was really just gonna be a production company. But we wasn't selling enough motherfucking songs, like tracks and shit. So he was like, dude, we both famous. Let's make a record. And people ain't heard, you know, we heard it, you know, might as well do a group, you know, and put a record out, see what works. So we do the record and shit. People liking it. We take it to Julio G. And, we take it to Julio G. And he played Quik's record, the one he wanted. And he was just like, yeah, you know, it's like a Quik record. I was like, no, we got another song to play. So he played that. Can you work with that? And brought it back like 10 times and blew the whistle, all that shit they do or whatever. I was like, yeah, let's go. So we worked that, rock with it. 2-3 months later, we got it on Interscope, shot the vid, working it. You know, we did about 150 shows. And by the time it came to do
all over the country.
Yeah, by the time it came to do the album, you know, that put us back on Billboard, put us on MTV, put us everywhere you could be seen, you know, and heard visibly and all that shit, all the mags. And by the time it's time for the album, a lot of shit just started breaking down, you know, because we had a guy that working with us that was at odds with Quik, and they had their own personal and business relationship, and that just kind of got funky, you know, and he got fed up, which he should have, but at the same time, I think that for the sake of not killing the project we worked so hard on, you know, and me too, because I worked my ass off on that shit. I was doing so much work. I was like, if it take this much to make a record now, this is some bullshit. Because, you know, you got interviews with every blog, every internet radio, you know, and shit, it just fell apart, you know. And I heard, you know, I seen some of the shit. He be talking all kind of shit, talking about, he didn't produce it, I did it, and he sucks. But who says that? Like, I don't kill the brand, you know. A part of me essentially is the brand of DJ Quik, and I don't fuck the brands over because why? You know what I mean? You know, if you work at Jif Peanut Butter, you go leave and start talking shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to fuck the brand over. I may need the brand. You know? I like peanut butter. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know. We brothers, man. We music brothers. We friends. We just don't hang out and shit. And,
Right.
you know, we've been working together 20 years. Come on, people don't know the Temptations. Them motherfuckers rode in separate limos.
Of course. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think there's this romantic idea of a band or
Oh,
right,
God.
that partnership in
Dude,
music where everybody loves each other.
We had a French guy doing an interview. He came over to interview us, and Quik was gone by this time, so he asked questions. I just told him a bunch of real shit. He fucking cried. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. You think we playing basketball and eat lunch and shit together every day? Like, these are grown motherfucking men. Like, I'm going to hang out with these dudes. You know, we hang out and do our thing, but we've done it.
Yeah.
You know, we've
Sure.
done it.
Yeah, back
There's
to
a reason Michael left the Jacksons.
Right.
You know.
For sure.
And the Quik is like our Michael because he's the biggest star. You know what I mean? And I'll never disrespect the brand of where it started and where it can go ever. I don't give a fuck what anybody say about me. He can say all the fucking shit he wants to. But what does that mean? You know.
So with that though, you
Want
never
some juicy gossip?
No.
No.
Not at all. Whatever is real.
I'm just saying, like, you know, what can you say? I don't really know. I'm so far, because after that shit really burned a hole in me, man. I was just hot because it works, you know, works so hard. Everybody works so hard. And for it to just get shit on and rumors and shit, I don't care about no fucking rumors, but just to get shit on and just be like, so my work meant nothing. You know what I mean? So I decided I'm not going to do that anymore on any kind of level. You know, we talked about doing shit and stuff later on in the years and stuff, but it's just like, I just don't feel comfortable. I'm too old to be working that hard for this much, you know? So I'm cool.
How come you never worked with other producers?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like all your music's been either you produce it or
Right.
you and Quik
Right.
together.
Well, he never really produced none of my shit.
Okay.
He did, I think he did New Exercise on the first album. But he ain't really give me no, you know, come on, producers back then, you keep the best beats for yourself.
Right.
I'm gonna get this other dude a hit for. But as far as dealing with other producers, but you gotta remember back then, who the fuck was a producer? Out here, everybody want beats from Dre, and Dre
Sure.
wasn't fucking with nobody.
Yeah, but we had Battle Cat, we had
Well, you know, Battle Cat did Domino stuff, and you know, he was developing his sound, which became all the stuff he gave Snoop and them during those years. But it's like, I'm not really itching to, you know, I'm not a beat broker like that. Because I just love what I do. It's like, most tracks I hear from other people, I like them, and they got good shit. But it don't have the quirk that I like. You know, it's certain shit that I like in a song or a track to make me want to really kill it. You know, that's just how I feel. And somebody else asked me that. It's just like, well, you don't work with these people. Or it's like, dude, my thing was like, if they can do a track better than I can do a track for me, then yes. But it was just basically crew and just the people you hang around. I would never do the out searching for beats and shit. I fuck with people before like Premier and fucking Ali Shaheed Muhammad from Tribe Called Quest back in the day, Eric Sermon, just on shit that ain't never came out or nothing like that. But it wasn't like I was just geared up to just use a nigga beats and name for, you know.
it always felt
I'm
like
the anti-star. I don't. I kind of want it my way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really care, but not too much.
Yeah.
Because I'm an asshole.
No, I get it. But I was just gonna say about the producers, right? I always felt like when the East Coast producers try to work with West Coast artists, I'm sure there's some exceptions to this, but it never really worked.
Like who? Was it?
I don't know. Like you have the Premiere remix for Too Short, or it was like always okay,
Right.
but not great. It's like they sort of missed the point.
Yeah, because they got a different feel.
Yeah.
And a different influence, you know. And a lot of and the shit that really changed it was the whole Midwest getting their own people, you know. You know, the tracks Dre did for Eminem way different than he do for other people. Nelly, you know what I mean? Like them dudes and their whole sound, and even, you know, the Southern shit you can't knock off Atlanta and T.I. and all them with the trap shit, Outkast. So when more flavors start getting involved, because like most young dudes I meet, they all make trap music. And I never thought niggas from LA would make down south records, because 10 years ago, if you gave a dude a beat like that, he'd be like, I don't rap on this shit, man.
Yeah.
Give me some West Coast. You know what I mean? But, you know, being that we out here, a lot of people kind of they're a little late. you asked me, they're a little late catching on because you could have passed them in a certain way because you know how that shit go. Luke came out here to find the 2 Live Crew, which was making the bass music, that took it to Miami, which blew up Miami bass, which turned into Lil Jon, which learned, you know, the crunk, which turned into trap, you know. So, you know, because we was the kings of the 808 out here. You talking about Egypt and all that shit, Ronnie on Joe Cooley. It's like, that was our shit, you know.
Yeah.
So
What young kids are you checking for?
what do you mean?
Now, what do you listen to?
What I listen to?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't want to tell the truth. You talking about hip-hop? I listen to my guys. You see that guy right there? That's 88.
Okay.
Basshead Beats with Ink, him.
Nice.
Guy named Ardell.
Okay.
We got Smurf. We got I Am Scooby. Poupon the Don. Rico Suave. Who am I missing anybody? No Sense. My nigga No Sense. Yeah.
Okay.
These are my young guys, man.
So you're producing?
No. He's the producer.
Okay.
I make records every now and then. I
Yeah.
made a record called Bottom. I don't know
Okay.
if you got Bottom. You got Bottom?
Nah, I mean,
Hey, you got Bottom, man. Send him Bottom real quick. Play some Bottom while we up here. But yeah, this dude's a genius, and it gave me the feeling of back when I started, just to see them all gelling and doing the same shit that we did to make our shit happen. I was just like, you know, I tell them, dude, I'm just happy to be here. They're like, man, we happy to have you. We love having you around to give us the knowledge and all that type of stuff. So
Sure.
that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Just
Okay.
overseeing and, you know, helping when I can and, you know, making sure, you know, these dudes are bright now. They got all the information. You know, it's just about showing them how to do the steps and, you know, how to make it count. Because it's not like back in the day you just go do a cash grab at a label and they set you up properly. So, you know, that's what we're working on. And he's actually featured on the song Bottom that I did. And you mixed the motherfucker, right? Yeah, he mixed it. And yeah, we got a lot of shit too. We just did some shit the other day that's crazy. That dude, he's gonna be.
yeah, James.
He got records out on T-Fly and all kind of people, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm still in the mix with the young fly niggas because I've known this dude about 4 years. You know, he's a young guy. So I've always told him like, you live right across the street. I'm like, come fuck with me, man. Come hang out. He's like, I'm gonna come hang out with you. And recently when I was doing the Bottom record, I had come check this track out, and he instantly was like, okay, yeah, come fuck with me, help me do it, you know. So that's how we started working. We've been working about, what, 6 months now? But I've been knowing these dudes forever. They come in and let me hear the shit they doing, keep me updated. So I think the time is right. We're going to have a good year or 2 or 20.
But you like that role?
Huh?
You like that
It's just
role
what I
better
fell
than-
into because
Okay.
it's essentially, I'm 44 fucking years old. God, and I'm hot. But it's like, why am I hot? I'm too old to be hot. Or I'm decent, I should say. I'm not hot, I'm decent. But, you know, I still like to do what I do. But watching them do their thing, that inspires me to go like, you know, who knows? You know, would I come see me in concert? I don't know. But it may be people.
Well, there's a market for that, right?
Yeah, old
That-
school.
well,
fucking 25 years from my
For guys
first
like
record.
us who grew up with hip hop,
Right.
right? But you don't want to go to a club with 19-year-olds now, and you know.
They tried to make me go to Secret Sundays last week. I was like, you ever heard of that shit?
No.
That's downtown at the old Prince Glam Slam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's off the chain. You know,
Is that right?
It's like strippers, weed, and music.
Yeah.
Which is good, but it's like I don't want to be there because I can't run that fast. In case anything go down. No
Yeah, for
diss
sure.
to Secret Sundays, but you know,
No, I get it.
I'm like an 89.9 type of dude. You know, I listen to all the new shit. You know,
What?
everybody,
Give me some.
everybody that's out.
What are you bumping?
Truffle butter, nigga.
Okay.
No, everything that's out. Same shit. Everybody listen. I go to bars and clubs.
Okay.
Same shit.
Okay.
You want me to name more records?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What do you like that would surprise people?
As in music?
Yeah, music.
I don't think it'd be surprising, but are you talking about hip hop?
I'm gonna tell you this. When I was managing Dub, I think I told this story already, but we got in the car one time. He had just got an S class, got his, first check on that level, and we had to go somewhere. And we get in the car, and the Wave comes on,
Right.
94.7.
Back when it was all saxophone music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kenny G,
Yeah.
and all that shit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
What
Like
you mean?
I
You the dude. You can't believe.
I couldn't believe that, man.
Come on, man.
Dude, I had known Dub C for 2 years already. We've been working together.
Dude,
And
everybody chills out.
yeah, sure.
All the rah-rah, I could go hard with the rah-rah, but, you know, when I get in the car, man, yeah. I like this guy, Christian Scott, trumpet player, jazz.
Okay.
You know, just to keep from killing the motherfucking traffic music. You know what I mean? Just chilling.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to name my classical shit.
All right.
But, yeah, just chilling, you know. And that's happened gradually over 10 years. It got to the point where I couldn't listen to no more words.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
being a writer and listening to a motherfucker talking a bunch of shit, it's like, it's overload.
Yeah.
And that shit just kind of broke down to where it's like, I want to listen to songs with no words in them. None.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's funny. I go the other way. When I've like listened to too much, like I put on comedy.
That too.
They're talking, but it's still.
Let me tell you
it's not
something. I
music.
rode to Vegas with a girl and I'm playing George Carlin CDs and
Uh-huh.
shit. And she's like, how the fuck can you listen to this shit? I said, put your mind there. Act like you at the show, bitch, laugh. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a bad thing, you know? Yeah, I do listen to a lot of comedy. And that's what puts me to sleep every night. Netflix, some fucking comedian.
Is that right?
Yeah, every night.
Who you
I
fuck
love
with?
Bill Burr. You like Bill Burr?
He's funny.
Bill Burr, Louis C.K., my niggas. Who else? You know, I'm a comedy fan. Cause that's where I used to write from. That's why people used to take me seriously. Like, I'm writing jokes, but I'm rapping them because I'm talking shit. And, you know, you'd be like, I got a big dick. And, you know, all them type of songs. It's like people take offense to it, but it's like, it's a joke. But.
No, but that's another good example, right? Where, you know, we don't think comedians are being serious.
A lot of people do. You ever seen the people fighting comedians and shit?
No.
Huh?
Uh-uh.
I've seen a couple niggas get their ass whooped on stage.
Is that right?
Everybody don't think it's funny. You know.
Back to
I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. It's like hard. I don't know what the crowds are. The funniest shit I see is when you go to a show and everybody got their phone up filming the motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like, be there, man. Enjoy it. Be in the moment.
Yeah,
enjoy
but,
it. Put
you
your
know.
fucking phone down. Quit taking pictures. Quit putting niggas on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy it. Be there.
That's funny.
It's just different, you know.
Yeah.
You guys having a good time? Yeah. No, you're not.
So talk about this Rhianna song.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So she used your title.
Right.
Tyga did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Tyga got a song with the same name.
Yeah. He ain't put it out though. We just go sue him.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought it was out. Okay, so Rhianna put it out.
It was one of the mixtape records that he did.
Oh, okay.
Because I talked to Mustard, because Mustard came at me first and told me. I was like, all right, well, just let me know.
Yeah.
And they probably thought about it and was like, we don't want to pay him no money. But the Rhianna song, yeah, that shit was a hell of a surprise. A good friend of mine, a girl named Hannah Sidibe, singer, she hit me up and she was like, Rhianna has a song coming out called Bitch Grab My Money. I'm like, bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's pretty good. You know, I heard it and it was pretty good. So
Yeah.
But Brian Michael Cox, super producer, 9 Grammys, he did a remix and he flipped my song with it. You hear that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because
dope.
of me, you know.
Of course.
Like, yeah.
No, but it's dope. I mean, the songs are really different.
Yeah.
But
I like her shit though, you know. They both good. It's like, I don't give a fuck, man, long as it's, you know, I come from hip hop. You already done broke down my shit. I steal songs.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not mad if somebody use an element of mine or whatever, whatnot.
Sure.
And everybody's like, are you going to get paid? How much money are you going to get? Are you going to sue her? Blah, 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 blah. I said, well, basically, that's the title of my song, which I lifted from a, you know,
Yeah,
a
from
vocal.
Big Daddy Kane.
So I can't get paid for that.
Right.
If she said any of my motherfucking words, it'd be different. But,
Yeah.
you know,
For sure.
I'm happy somebody did it. You know, put the pimping back in it. You know about pimping, Josh.
Do you, so does that like matter when something like that happens? Does that matter for your career? Does it matter in business?
What do you mean matter?
Like, I don't know. Do you know, is it any, there's a song out that's got the same title as your hit, right? Is that,
This look a good look.
yeah.
That's about it.
You talk to her or her
Hell
people at all?
no.
No.
Rock Nation ain't called me. You can. Rhianna, nah. I take a Porsche Little date or something, you know.
Right.
But yeah, it's all easy breezy.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully it helps. A lot of people been getting at me though, so
Yeah.
you know, hopefully that brings awareness to the other shit I'm doing.
That's
so,
all I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, always. Yeah, that's cool. It's good to be appreciated in some form or fashion. You know,
For
let's just say Rhianna ain't never heard of me and don't know I made that record. She knows now, so that's cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
One day she may bring a bag of weed over and, you know, make a nigga some food.
So,
Give you the address now.
what? So besides working with all these young cats, are you still making solo records?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna play You Bottom. Just wanted to do something different.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, because we could have did something like everybody else, but it's enough of that. You know what I mean? I want to try something different. Fuck it. And I got a little EDM beat in here, but we have an EDM Bitch Grab My Money remix too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That you did?
I can't do that shit. My boy DJ Speedy.
Okay.
Got DJ Speedy. He out of Atlanta, but he out here. He did it for me.
Oh, it's on
crazy.
it's on Spotify.
Is it?
Yeah.
The remix?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Or either SoundCloud. No, I think it's on Spotify.
It's on iTunes. Quit listening to free shit.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit. See, I still got a little bit of fire. No, but we got newer records too. That's crazy because I did Bottom in December.
Okay.
Yeah, just getting back, man. I don't remember what I did last year. I think I made like 2 records. Oh, I did make a record last year. I don't make a lot of records no more, but I'm starting to work again. I got a record called Still Want You. You'll like this motherfucker. This is the Rockstar record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not done now. I got to mix it, but yeah, I'll let you check it out. You play it.
So how is it different now? I mean, we talked about it at the beginning to making
No
a second
difference.
album. How is it different now making
No
records?
difference. It's just really just going to work.
Yeah.
And understanding what work is. You know, when you younger, you got other shit going on. You living and doing shit. You know, now a lot of shit slowed down. I kick back. I got my hobbies. I got my habits. And, you know, they work for me. And whether I can show somebody how to do it or I can do it myself, because that's what happened with the Fixers anyway. There's a bunch of dudes talking shit one day. You know, we like 36. And it's like, yeah. I said, watch, I'll do this shit right in front of your face. We'll go from here to MTV. I'll show you how to do every aspect of it. And by the time we was on MTV, motherfuckers was like, you really did that shit. You said you was going to do it, and you did. It's like, yeah, because I'm a doer. But I don't like to be bored. When I'm bored, I get restless. I'll go off on a binge, man. I'll just go off and won't do shit for a long time. Because I've done it already. You know, I done been around the block 50 fucking times. It's like, I know what the outcome is, you know. So it's just now, right now, working with the fellas is like, picking the right songs and going forward with the songs and, you know, this whole new social media aspect. And, you know, I got to, you know, you got to work your Twitter, your Facebook or whatever, your Instagram and all that shit. So, you know, it took me a minute to learn all of that because it just didn't make sense. Because I don't know. You know, I was just like, what does this shit mean? Like, yeah, so what? You got 10,000 followers. Are they going to buy anything? You know, that's my thing. You know, and I used to tell artists, like, make it for sale. You see how many fans you got. Yeah, we lucky, man. Yeah, we'll put it up for sale. Buy it. If it costs $0.25 to get every fucking Twitter fan, you wouldn't have no motherfucking fan.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard Talib Kweli say.
Yeah.
He said he'll be out at a show and people have come up to him and say, I'm your biggest fan. And he goes, you know, what do you have?
What have you
bought in there? Nothing.
I've never bought anything.
$0.
You're not a fan because fans support.
Yeah.
You know, and music is a great trifecta because you guys, okay, here's the intro to music. You listen to it for free on the radio, right? You like it. You go to the store, you buy it. I come to town, you come see me. Then you buy some T-shirts or other shit or whatever. You know, you get paid three times. But now they done turn, and I got a quote. They turned the $1 Million Hustle into a dollar game. So we out here 99 centing it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And in my mind, I equate man hours and all the shit I got to do to make 99 cents. I'd be like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm older. My fans are older. My fans got mortgages. A lot of them are grandparents. It's like, ain't nobody going out buying my motherfucking record, no matter how much they like
But
it.
those people go to a show, though.
They will go to the show. Appreciate you come out. Put your leather on and I don't know what the fuck they wear. Like,
That's what I'm saying,
leopard
right?
print,
Like,
baby. Put your leopard print on and
I think that's going to be the
touring.
business for.
It's gonna have to be.
Well, for our generation of hip hop, right, is that
This is it.
you know, there's a lot of 40-year-olds out there that they want to get away from the kids, go
They
have
still
a
out. Yeah,
fun
they
night
still
out,
get
but
out.
they still love hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you see these posters all over the New Kids on the Block
Yeah.
tour.
Big time.
It's all guys, you know, people our age.
You been to the show?
No, that's not for me.
Yeah.
But it is. It's all that show.
I know
is
every
all
girl I know.
women
Yeah, every
our
girl I know,
age.
they go to that stuff because it's
that's what
good
they
to
used
see
to
it.
like.
Come on, like I don't, I go see New Edition. That's
Yeah.
my era. I grew
For
up
sure.
Candy Girl and all that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
I love to see them guys, and I know people love to see, what we do.
Yeah.
As a collective, I know Quik still touring a lot and stuff.
Is he?
He be out doing shit. I like to do shit out of town. Doing shows here is annoying.
Sure.
Well, I ain't got backstage passes. It's like it's nothing backstage.
Yeah, everybody's a VIP in
It's
LA.
nothing. Yeah, everybody.
So for the young cats you're working with, what's the most important lesson that you've learned through all this?
Through the music business,
Mm-hmm.
save all your money. Most important. I don't know. There's a lot of important lessons in this game, because
What's the most important thing that somebody's taught you or told you?
own. Own. And learn how to
Own your shit.
Yeah, and control it. What I talk about all the time. That's all I talk about. Controlling intellectual property,
Mm-hmm.
My music attorney is also an intellectual property lawyer, and from 20 years ago, I've been getting the game and doing independent research and study on it because this is the future. You know what I mean? So that's the most important thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that here from the great Dick Griffey, the one that had Sony build this building that you're sitting in right now. He used to bring me upstairs and talk to me for hours. Be here at noon. Be me and him. And, that's where they learn, to own your masters and all that type of stuff. But yeah, he showed me the game.
Mm-hmm.
The dude that had this building built for like $5 million like 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This building worth what? Prime Hollywood real estate?
A lot.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So, yeah, and he owned it. So, that's the most important thing, and I got it straight from the horse's mouth. So, yeah, own. Don't you own your shit?
Some days.
Yeah, you do.
Well, it's a that's a moving target, right? Because you can own everything on paper. If somebody's not buying it,
We're going to make them buy.
Sure.
Yeah. We still know how to entertain. Ain't we entertaining right now?
Well,
This shit
you
ain't
are.
real. Huh?
You are.
Nah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a job. I like my job. I had to learn how to like my job, too.
How'd that happen?
Because when you everything, when you creating, you writing, producing, performing, all that shit wears and tears on everything. Because you got to be good in everything.
Yeah.
At least 90% to even compete. So that take a lot of time out you.
So what made you like it?
Again?
Yeah.
I finally realized what I do. It's like, oh yeah, I do that. Like, you should get to work. Yeah, okay, all right. I went to work. And I've been in working, because I had to figure out everything else wasn't for me. I'm still not married. I don't know kids and nothing like that. So I got a lot of fucking free time, bro. You know what I mean? So I've done a lot of shit, just having fun, just seeing what's going on. And I said, well, I kind of like what I do, and I appreciate it more. You know what I mean? Because I can't get away from it. You know what I mean? You can't get away from this shit. You make a mark in something, they go fuck with you forever, in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And I appreciate it. It taught me how to appreciate what I do and why I do what I do, and that helps me go forward doing what I do, not being ashamed of certain things I've done or certain situations. So, that's what I like about it. You feel whole, because I know how to answer the tough questions. I know how to go through the tough shit to get to the great.
And did you come to that on your own, or did somebody say something to you?
Yeah, no, because, people, a lot of people think they telling me shit, and I know it, but they think, how people like, you should, it's like, yeah, man, you like 5 years late. Like, I've been on that shit. Like, I'm not expressive like that because it's nobody's fucking business.
Right.
what I do or why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Just trying to get paid, man. Ain't you trying to get paid?
Yeah.
Motherfucker,
course.
right. We know you
Course.
sneaky motherfucker. Me and this dude, we got the same initials. Ain't we the same sign?
December.
No, oh, you a Sag?
Capricorn.
You Capricorn? Yeah,
Yeah.
you go get it though. Yeah. I'm a Libra. I got that
Okay.
balance thing going on. You know what I mean? So my thing is like smoke crack, eat a granola bar. Weigh it out. Get it together.
Nice.
Yep.
You hear that, kids?
No crack.
Smoke crack and eat
No
granola.
crack. No crack. Not that kind of crack.
Crack kills.
Crack kills, but not this kind.
That's right. Yo, if you want to reach out to us, hit us up on Twitter at Rebel Radio Net, or come to our website, rebelradio.net. And don't forget to subscribe on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com, rebel_radio.